Hello and welcome back to Health with Sveta. I'm thrilled to have you join us for another enlightening episode. Today, we're delving into the fascinating connection between stress, anxiety, and gut health. In our previous episodes, we discussed the importance of maintaining a healthy gut and the role of the microbiome. This time, we're taking it a step further by exploring how our mental state can directly impact our gut health and vice versa. We discuss oxidative stress, brain-to-gut communication, and practical ways to manage stress for a healthier and happier life. Let's dive right in.
Hey, Sveta, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Reuben, thank you. I was so looking forward to our episode number 4 because, I don't know about you, I'm having fun talking about health.
Me too. It's always awesome to look forward to doing these episodes with you.
Thank you.
We have a lot of fun here, and I feel like I always learn a lot with you. So I always appreciate
I
your
learn
wisdom.
from you too.
Yeah.
I learn for every time I learn, and we're exploring more and more and more, and hopefully we are helping to our audience. Mm-hmm. What are we talking today?
Oh, well, we're talking about oxidative stress. So we're going to start right from the top here. So I'm wanting to understand oxidative stress and what are free radicals. So I don't know anything about this. So can you explain just those two words, like define those two words? Like what is oxidative stress and what's free radicals?
Reuben, it's so exciting. Oxidative stress became one of my favorite topics. There are two major topics that I absolutely love. It's an oxidative stress and mitochondria. Mm-hmm. And both of them are so intertwined and connected because stress, everybody knows stress. However, as a cell doctor, oxidative stress is simply put cellular garbage. So the thing about oxidative stress is the older we get, the harder it is to clean that garbage. And that's why it's almost like the reverse correlation. The more garbage, the more cleanup. When we're young, our revved up cleaning mechanism is so vibrant, is so healthy, is so robust. And the older we get, it started failing, it started spinning the wheels. It's almost an analogy of a new car. So you buy a new Mercedes. It's beautiful. It runs like a whistle. It's fantastic. 20 years old, your Mercedes, if you don't take care of it, it's going to be junk Mercedes. Mm. But you can still make it into a beautiful vintage car if you maintain it, and it looks amazing. It looks clean. It actually looks new. Mm-hmm. So the oxidative stress, simply put and going back, is a cellular stress. So the cells, and we look at this cellular stress in multiple aspects, but sort of if I start simplify it, it's the accumulation of free radicals. And what is a free radical? Free radical, it's a very small and volatile thief. It's a thief. It's a thief that is missing an essential part that wants it back. And to get that a little part or electron back, it started stealing from any other part it attaches itself. So it can steal it from your DNA. It can steal it from your cell membrane. It can steal it from your mitochondria to get happy. And a lot of stealing, a lot of thieves are going to damage your cells. Now, we need to make our sort of a definition or partition between cell needs physiologic normal amount of free radicals. We need it. So, for example, acute inflammation. Somebody cuts a finger or burns a hand. It is called acute inflammation or acute, let's say, infection. It's an acute inflammation. You need to heal it. You need to treat it. So how are you normally healing it or treating it? You are actually healing it through the acute inflammation. And acute inflammation starts with accumulation of free radicals, because those free radicals are going to stimulate the metabolic processes of acute inflammation that eventually is going to lead to healing or scarring.
Okay.
However, that normal or physiologic acute inflammation of free radical volume, normal. It's called canonical cycle, or it's a cycle. So it's inflammation, and then it goes back to normality.
Right.
Because the cycle is finished. Your cells, your body took care of it. So that's up and down, and then the cell goes, it has its bout of free radicals, the cell took care of it. We're going to address something that is called NRF2 activation later, fine, and it's normal. When we don't take care of it, that level of free radicals or bad actors, if it's not clean, it's becoming consistent. It's becoming overwhelming. So the cell's ability to clean it is depleted or diminished or stops. That's how we start developing a condition that is called chronic inflammation. And it's a bad news.
So,
did I confuse you?
I'm going to try to say it back to you.
Correct.
I understand.
I'm sorry. I spit a lot of
okay.
information on you.
And that's why I'm here. I'm kind of the every person, just trying to understand. So oxidative stress is essentially, it is cellular waste, right? It is
accumulation.
The accumulation of cellular waste.
Correct. It's accumulation of, you're totally correct, of a cellular waste, which in a sense and simplicity called that cellular waste are free radicals.
Yeah, because cells need to consume something to thrive, but then they also produce waste. So the oxidative stress is...
Absolutely.
And that waste is essentially the free radicals, right?
Some of it, the majority of it is free radicals. There is something else, but we're not talking about it.
Okay.
Let's just concentrate on that notion, simplicity of free radicals.
Okay. Before I move on, you mentioned something about the example of getting a cut, and that free radicals kind of...
It's a normal reaction.
Yeah, so they target that. It sounds like there's a connection to free radicals and white blood cells?
There is a connection of free radicals and white. You're entirely correct, because those free radicals are going to stimulate some proteins or metabolic enzymatic reactions, and they create the normal inflammatory reaction. Because they need to clean the debris,
yes,
and they need to stimulate that heat so that area is a little red, the area is a little inflamed, sometimes there's a little pus, and then a few days later, there's a healing because there's a process from the neutrophils into other cells fibroblasts. So they are building the scars, and it's a normal reaction. But when it's an oxidative stress, the reaction is broken. Because, for example, the white blood cells, they keep sending those signals. They're not stopping. So, and then the system gets confused. The immune system gets turned on the wrong way. And that's why oxidative stress is so important to stop before the chain of chronicity is instigated.
Okay.
So, for example, what causes oxidative stress in case of gluten-sensitive people? Gluten. So gluten causes consistent, continuous oxidative stress to the overwhelming ability of the cells to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't handle it. So then immune system get disrupted. and we create that what is called like autoimmune pattern. Was
So
that a little bit?
it's a little bit complicated, but I think
Keep
I
going.
grasp it.
Keep
And
going.
So I kind of want to zoom out a little bit, so that way we connect back to gut health, and it
Go.
kind of bridges all these things. And so you talked about gluten sensitivity being like a trigger for oxidative stress, and something I'd like to talk about that's a little more practical is actually the mental health aspect of how does actual stress, the mental health stress, affect, like, because essentially the bridge between how stress, anxiety affects your gut health, it sounds like the connection is its effects on oxidative stress, right?
So let's work it together.
Yeah.
So, oxidative stress or cellular stress. It's kind of a bizarre term to you, and it's like, how do you sense cellular stress? So that's kind of, something that is, you cannot kind of touch, in a sense. You cannot feel the physicality of it. However, stress, what do we understand by stress? I am overwhelmed. I am stressed. It's a work-related stress. For example, that is, I comprehend it, so work-related. Let's say family stress, financial stress, environmental stress. So, and now we're basically talking just about kind of mental aspect. So something that triggers me, something that creates negativity, and I sense it. And how I sense it, I feel like I am on edge. I feel like I can't sleep. I feel like I'm not in my gut. When we are stressed, mentally stressed, emotionally stressed, the whole body is stressed.
Yeah.
Because there's an absolute interaction through hormones, through different kind of chemical substances. So every cell is experiencing the same reaction. That's why people who are very, very consistently stressed, they develop different manifestations. Some, let's say, in thyroid as a Hashimoto disease, some in the gut as the celiac disease or inflammatory bowel disease, and on and on, and on and on and on. So the mechanism of the cell, so the cell from those emotions, same thing. It biochemically and physically start collecting free radicals. And we're not cleaning them.
Yeah.
And if we're not cleaning them, so those negative sparking flags, those fires, they interact, they are corresponded from the brain to the gut, from the gut to immune system, from immune system to the brain. And it's like a vicious circle that we need to break. And we start working on it.
I've heard the term, like, you can experience, like, gut health issues, whether it's, like, triggers like gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance, or even IBS. A lot of it, when you're trying to find the source of what makes it, it's beyond just, like, okay, don't eat bread bad. Like, it's more than that. It can just be actual stress, which is what we're talking about right now. Anxiety.
Absolutely, exactly. Why do we talk about family therapy, emotional therapy? Why do we talk about pet therapy? Why do we talk about musical therapy? Why do we talk about going to the bush, to the wood as the grounding? Or Japanese call it forest bathing.
Yeah.
What it does.
Or the Australians call it going for a walkabout.
Going for a walkabout to the bush.
Which is a term that Australians have for when you're going out for a thoughtful walk, a walkabout. I love it.
So, I love it too. So, and that, what it does, it starts bouncing, it starts rebounding your cellular physics.
What we need to solve is the brain to gut. There's a miscommunication happening between the brain to the gut, right?
Well, yeah, there is a communication happening.
Okay.
This may be not a miscommunication, but the wrong communication.
Right, okay.
Because the connection is there. You got, not yours, but somebody's gut somebody's brain is connected to the gut, but it is sending the wrong impulses because it's actually sending the right impulse. I'm stressed. I am stressed. I need more glucose, or I need more something, or something, and then gut cell starts opening the gates to the toxins, and it goes on something. So now we need to convert that impulse either from the gut to the brain, and then from the brain to the gut. Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning you. I'm good. That's why, per se, very simple method is meditation and breathing. Before anything, we can start doing it. I'm so overwhelmed. And then the interesting thing is when you stress, what do you stop? You stop breathing.
Yeah.
So your breathing becomes shallow. It's like you're not breathing.
Yeah.
And you can easily reflect it. Let's say I have an iWatch, and I correlate it with something that is called heart rate variability. So there is such, as you said, gut and brain, and it's like in your gut you've got a knot.
Yeah.
So it's like I can breathe.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of butterflies in your stomach.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can breathe. And then the simplest way is deep breath in and long breath out, even longer than you inhale. So you can do a very simple stretch of 5 to 7 deep inhales on a count between 5 to 7, deep exhales on a count of 7 to 8. And you immediately after that breathing, you immediately calm down. You immediately feel like, oh, my diaphragm just went down. I started. So it's even before anything. So simple methods. But again, from a cellular perspective, that was a barrage of free radicals because you were so stressed. So your cells inadvertently making that garbage. So you need to take care of that garbage. You need to bring antioxidants. Because how do you negate free radicals? Because that minus needs to be negated by an antioxidant that provides, that donates that electron to negate the free radical and make it normal. So here's the deal. There are few terms that are now very, very popular, and they're circulating anywhere starting from conventional medicine into functional medicine, into integrative medicine. So the term is inflammaging. I mean, listen, everybody these days is talking about aging. Now it seems like aging is in our recent category of diseases as a chronic disease. Aging is a disease. Now, what contributes to aging? See, the thing is, your chronological age may not reflect on your biological age. You may be chronologically 40 and biologically 70. You may be chronologically 70 and biologically 36.
Right.
One of my mentors from the books and stuff, Dr. Mark Hyman, and everybody knows him. I don't know chronologically how old he is, but I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in the 5th or 6th decade. Sorry, Dr. Hyman, I really don't know your age. But he posted that his biological age is 36. So he's doing something right. He's doing something anti-aging. So inflammaging, when we start taking care of both aspects, cleaning our cells, reducing oxidative stress, making cells younger, and also taking care of any aspect of how do we reduce anything that triggers chronic inflammation of any sort. So that inflammation is going to go down, and inadvertently the biologic age or the cellular health is going to go up.
So is essentially inflammaging the term of like combating biological age, which essentially
Combating
sounds,
biological agent and chronic inflammatory triggers or processes.
and I'm just so that I can understand in a practical way, is this biological age essentially just a term of just like the way we combat the effects of stress on our body and all that,
Everything.
all that stuff, is it like the deterioration of what it does down to the cell
biological.
is what contributes to
exactly. Biological age is the functionality of your cells.
Yeah.
And that depends, let's say, how do you react to acute stress, how do you react to chronic stress, how do you react to everything, how your cells function.
Yeah.
What are the metabolic processes? What is the function of your mitochondria? How much oxygen your mitochondria consumes and stuff. There are different parameters to assess your biological age.
Yeah, I remember there was it's a pretty iconic photo of a before and after Barack Obama, of like before he became president and how he was looking great, and then when he was done his first 4 years and how he had started like getting gray hair already, and just like the amount of stress you could see on his face from just being the president.
Not
right?
only him, Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Now President Biden.
Yeah.
Their aging is drastic
Because of the amount of stress.
because of the amount of stress and responsibility, and then they want to run again. Beats me.
So, okay, now, as someone who's in his 30s, I see this and I'm dealing with a lot of stress. I'm having red alarms go off, and I'm oh my gosh.
Hang on. Who, this day and age, name anyone in this world that doesn't have stress.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Sorry, keep going.
And so I have red alarms going off because I'm like, I wonder what my, I guess, quote unquote, biological age is, which we're defining as the amount of stress impacting negatively on your body. I want to heal that, and I want to restore that. I don't want to say the word reverse.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I want to heal that.
In my mind, why do I live this every day? I want this. Mm-hmm. I want this for me.
I want to reclaim what essentially is taken away from me from stress.
I don't care for my chronological age.
Yeah.
I want to feel young. I want to look young. I want to function young. I want my brain to be sharp.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother at my age. I am there. And I used to call her grandma. Mm. I do not want to... we have grandkids, but I don't want to call myself a grandma. Mm-hmm. I really want to look and feel like a young and vibrant woman. Mm-hmm. Same thing about you. And it's all preventative. It's all proactive.
Yeah, I want to be a young, vibrant woman, too. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, listen, people of my age, and when they say, oh, God, I need to have a nap. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so tired. Mm-hmm. I can't go to the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm just going to go grab a slice of pizza. So, and that's a thing.
Yeah.
And it all starts, again, we can go very, very simple and we can go very, very complicated. But everything starts simple, and we have discussed it. We absolutely need everything.
So it sounds like whenever we as humans go through traumatic experiences that impact us on a mental level, like I lost my home, it's all hands on deck, because immediately you need to think about mental healing. Like you need to dealing with your stress, and some of that is counseling, some of that is meditation, some of that is finding peace, watching your breathing, things like that. Other thing is fuel yourself the right way. So it's like easy for us when we're stressed. It's like get quick things to eat because you can't think about cooking, but you need to think about eating well.
You
and
need
those
to
things.
eat. Yeah, you need
'Cause it's all hands
replenishing
on
with
deck.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So you need to be eating well and then filling the gaps with supplements.
Yeah, you need, because you're just pouring free radicals. So, and then your cells are trying to eliminate them or fight them. So through the mechanism. So, for example, the master antioxidant of the cells is called glutathione. Somebody heard of it. So now, with that amount of free radicals, the cells are going to be pouring that glutathione to clean that garbage. So then you are depleting all the stores, all the capability of making them. So you need more.
Yeah.
So you need more. So you need some sort of additional supply.
Yeah.
Same thing, you need nutrient-dense foods, you need proper minerals, you need those magnesium and this cobalt and this copper and this manganese, and you need selenium, and you need all this vites, and you need your C's for immune system and A's and E's, all that stuff you do need it, because you, as you said, you need to jump on it right now. Because if you don't jump on it right now and you keep cooking in this and cooking in this and cooking in this, that is going to convert in that pathologic oxidative stress that is going to lead to chronicity.
And thus accelerating your biological age.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. Accelerating. Absolutely. Because people will tell you, God, I went through this traumatic experience. I aged by 20 years.
Yeah,
Literally.
but and
Literally.
that's like a metaphorical term
For them, but it's actually literal.
But there is the effects on your body.
It's absolute physicality of it.
Wow. Okay, Sveta, we've talked about so many things. We've talked about oxidative stress. We've talked about free radicals, those being on a cellular level, and then we zoomed out and talked about how mental stress affects the communication between brain to gut in a negative way, and how that accelerates your biological age, and the importance of contributing to its healing when going through traumatic experiences.
Reuben, today is a very interesting podcast. Today is our first very serious podcast. Usually we kind of like, in a sense, easygoing, like laid back and stuff. Today, we touched very, very serious issues. So, guys, we're going to stop that part. So sorry about seriousness, but that's, you probably understand how important to address things and be proactive to take care of ourselves, to take care of our metaflammation, metabolic inflammation, to take care of our aging, to take care of not inflammatory, to take care of anti-aging. However, so we're going to stop here. Because not only I think I bombarded Reuben with so much information, but as you can say, I get overwhelmed with all that information. But it also leaves us the opportunity to connect with you on that serious note on part 2 of oxidative stress. We are going to go on how, particularly how, and I will get into the cells, hopefully in a very simple way, and explain to you exactly how free radicals damage our cells when they're too many. What do we do? What do we need from the cell to turn on that mechanism and to make that cell young and vibrant? So it's going to be a little bit more maybe cellular, maybe more enzymatic. However, it's going to be also, I would say, probably a little lighter and a lot more fun. So guys, thank you so much. Again and again. Prayers to our beautiful Jasper, Alberta. It's going to be great. Our Marmot Basin is our treasure, our lakes and our animals and our Jasper and our people. So let me just finish. Guys, thank you for joining us with Health with Sveta. Remember, managing stress and maintaining a healthy life, healthy brain, healthy gut are essential steps to our overall wellness. Now, If you enjoy the episode or previous episodes, please subscribe, leave us a review, and most important, please join my website. Please visit my website with my blogs, with my pictures, with my podcasts, and I am at www.healthwithsveta.com. One more time, www.healthwithsveta.com. And guys, stay and tune in, and we'll see you in our next podcast. And again and again and again. Reuben, it is a blast. It's a delight. And you are my always host. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on.